Javelin is a throwing event that is done using a straight run-up. Depending on which state the little athlete lives in, the event is introduced in different age groups, and some states may introduce the event using the modified turbo jav. It is critical that all safety precautions are followed in the javelin and that everyone remains aware when a javelin is being thrown. The only people who should be in front of the little athlete throwing a javelin are the volunteers assisting in the event. The volunteers should never turn their back on the throwing runway. Javelin should always be carried with their tip facing the ground, and after a throw is complete, the javelin should be carried back to the throwing circle and never thrown or slid back. The javelin is held by the little athlete at the string grip using only one hand. It should be gripped firmly in a way that allows the javelin to lie diagonally along the palm. Little athletes should use the grip that feels most comfortable for them. The three major grips are the first finger grip, where the javelin is gripped between the first finger and the thumb. The second finger grip, where the javelin is gripped between the second finger and the thumb. The claw, V grip, where the javelin is gripped in the V between the index and the middle finger. It is recommended that while learning the event that the little athletes only use a 3 to 5 step run-up prior to delivering the javelin. To prepare for the throw, the javelin is drawn back until the tip is close to the eye and the javelin is aligned in the throwing direction. The elbow of the throwing arm is kept up and the palm of the throwing hand is pointed toward the sky. The non-throwing arm is pointed in the direction of the throw. At the delivery stride, the javelin is pulled over the shoulder, keeping it aligned with the throwing direction. The little athlete must not cross the arc line at the front of the runway during or after the throw. The javelin must land within the sector on its pointy end to be a valid throw. On the line is out. The javelin does not have to stick into the ground to be a fair throw. If the javelin lands flat or on its opposite end, the throw is a foul. It is good practice to remove javelins from the ground in the same direction that they entered. The end of the measuring tape is attached to a spike, which is placed where the implement first lands. The other end of the tape is extended back to a mark in the middle of the runway. The measurement is taken from the inside edge of the arc to the nearest centimetre, rounding any part centimetre down. Race walking is a race that requires little athletes to use a specific technique to move across the ground. It differs from running in two ways. In race walking, one foot has to be in contact with the ground at all times, and the support leg must be straightened when it first contacts the ground under the body. In practice, this means that a heel and toe action is used, with the front foot making contact with the ground before the back foot leaves it. The knee of the support leg cannot be bent as it passes underneath the body. Race walking is judged using the naked eye. Learning to properly judge the race walk requires training through your state association. At your centre, there may not be a qualified walks judge. If your centre is in this situation and you are responsible for judging, focus on encouraging little athletes to concentrate on their technique and only disqualify them if they are blatantly breaking the rules.
Now that you've watched this DVD, you'll be ready to take part. So head down to your local centre and remember that Little Athletics is all about family, fun and fitness.